Hugh, a couple tough road games coming up this week, specifically on Saturday, I guess. Building up to this point with the road games, how do you feel the team is prepared?
Well, I liked our performance on Saturday, so hopefully we can continue to build on that tomorrow and, try to keep it rolling for the weekend. But, Big Ten seasons are marathons. They're not sprints. It's 20 matches. So we're looking at match 5 and 6 here. So we still got a long way to go.
If you look back to the West Coast trip, I know we talked about it before, but you haven't lost a set since coming back from that. Is there any residual effect, or is it just, have you seen something that happened after that trip to make the team come into form as they are now?
Yeah, I mean, as we said at the time, they're tough lessons to learn, but I think we understand now that the margins are thin, and probably there was a shift in the sense of urgency about how we were going about doing some of the things out on the court, and even just some of the ways we were training. So, as much as we want to think we can impart all that knowledge, experience is the teacher, and seems we learned a few things. Yeah. What do you think?
I agree, yeah.
I imagine it's not much fun in the moment, but do losses offer more of those teachable times? And how is that received as a player, too? Do you take a loss as more of a chance to grow as opposed to just a disappointment?
For sure. After each game, we always kind of talk about what happened and what we thought, and we always find the opportunities for improvement in every match. So, yeah, it's definitely a huge learning point.
Yeah, I think generally after you lose, people pay more attention. I mean, winning is what it's all about. Obviously, we're trying to do the best we can with the hope to get the result. But generally, if you win, you move on to the next one pretty quick. I think if you lose, you tend to spend more time licking your wounds a little bit. So you get people's attention more after a loss.
Going into Nebraska this weekend, how do you not overlook Northwestern?
Well, you don't. Yeah, we're worried about Northwestern. We'll get to Nebraska on Thursday, and I think any talk about anything else is, I think, probably doing Northwestern a disservice, and then certainly not how we go about trying to frame our seasons. So yeah, first things first.
Playing in Bloomington this past weekend, you got a real Big Ten away atmosphere. Do you think that really, for your freshmen like CC and Adana, does that give them good experience for what's to come for this week against Northwestern and Nebraska?
Yeah, I thought it was great. Indiana is a great atmosphere. It's a tough gym to play in. They've got great fans. The band's there. It's loud. They're getting after it, and that's exactly what a road atmosphere should be. It was a lot of energy in that building, and so yeah, having to work through that, being in a place where the fans aren't cheering for you anymore, and they're cheering against you, and you've still got to find ways to create energy and get out there and be able to do your job. I mean, those are great lessons to learn, no question.
Stephanie, how do you create your own energy on the road? How does your team as a collaborative group come together and continue to have that positive energy?
I think the best way that we do that, or the way we do that, is just focusing on what we need to do. Just making sure we're locked in on, our side of the court, not letting the outside distractions of the band or, the crowd get in the way of what we need to be focused on.
And I know that sounds easy, but it's actually really hard to do, and that speaks to this group's maturity, that they're starting to show competitively. And I get it. Like we said, we got a long way to go, but it was a good step in the right direction on Saturday for sure. Indiana's a good team, and I get it. We were able to win in 3, but if things get out of control in that gym, it can be a handful. So I was really impressed that they were able to work through things and still be able to perform at a high level.
Stephanie, how much do you think the team is just growing since the West Coast road trip to just now a few Big Ten games in?
Yeah, I think we've grown a lot. we've really took the lessons that we needed to learn from those matches, and each match that we play, we keep trying to develop and grow. Every time we go back into the gym the next day, just trying to keep improving. So I think we've made a lot of improvement.
Anything else for Coach or Stephanie? Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.